Libra. Welcome Libra to June. We are starting another new month on our way into summer. I'm going to be doing these readings for you. They're going to just be 3 tarot cards for the month using my modern day witch deck. So what do we have for Libra for the month of June? Okay, so we have 9 of Swords, so straight out the back with air energy, your energy. And yeah, we've got the 5 of Swords. What's going on, Libra? Oh, my little angel's fallen over. So I'm going to put that, stand that back up. Do you need to stand back up? Maybe you do, because you have this Page of Wands on the bottom of the deck in reverse. Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. In the past few months, have you felt this lack of motivation, Libra? That you've not quite known what your drive's all about, where you're going, what you're about. Have this 9 of Swords, this first card. You've got more Swords energy here with this 5 of Swords as well. So like I said, they're your energy, your air energy. Contemplating, thinking things through. Are you nearly at the point where something has become almost a problem? In June, it feels like, Libra, you might be doing what you do really well, which is going over and over and over things in your head. And there's this feeling of an empty cup. Deception maybe in some parts. Perhaps you've been deceiving yourself. Whatever this lack of passion you have had, we need to try and turn it around. We need to try and fill your cup up once more. And maybe in June, you are just assessing where you're at. 5s can be very challenging. 9's coming to the end of a completion with thought, and I said to you, perhaps you're just on this precipice of developing new ideas. And I don't know, you're always weighing things up, obviously, Libra. It's part of who you are. Balance in your life is just so important. And you haven't felt powerful. You haven't felt within your powerful energy that you normally like to be sat in. It's like this Queen of Cups. There's this reversal of this card, and this is this water energy, not being in touch with your emotions. Why have you not been in touch with your emotions, Libra? Has there been cross words with somebody? Cross swords? There's a little bit of potential victim mode in here somewhere. This never seems to work out for me, energy, is what I'm getting for you. This lack of motivation, not being inspired by a circumstance. Why is this Queen of Cups in reverse? Either you're not feeling very emotional right now or haven't been, or perhaps I said there's been these cross words with someone or some significant factor in life that you have felt an injustice about. Perhaps you've not felt heard. Maybe you haven't been communicating in the right way and that's been playing on your mind. That might be why there's been no passion, because we've been concentrating on all of the wrong things. For us to find happiness and to find that we're motivated in some area of our life again, we have to really take responsibility for that and know that if we're not in touch with our emotions, then the chances are it's like we're not feeling anything. I don't have any feelings right now for this energy. I don't have any feelings right now. Maybe this is somebody specifically the passion has died with in this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Maybe this is a specific person. This can sometimes be a mother energy for some of you. For some of you, it feels like not having a mother present in life has meant that you're more in touch with your masculinity than your femininity. We need both, don't we? We need this balance of divine masculine, divine feminine within ourselves to feel happier about how things are going. Perhaps somebody's been worrying about you. Have you been a cause for concern? Have you been isolating yourself in order to get to grips with the end of something? In June, I want you to know, Libra, that we really need you to gain some more feeling within your heart, within your soul. It needs to be a time of you, I don't know, developing this softer energy. This energy where we're not in this accusatory state of mind. You did this, or you didn't do that. This person's not showing up for me. This person's not being truthful, not being honest, not being upfront. And them not being upfront means that I just don't have this caring sense of love around me that I feel like you really need. I feel like that's actually what you need in the month of June, is more love, Libra. More love for yourself, more love from your partner, more love from your friends, your community. It's like you just really want to be understood and you feel misunderstood at this present time, which is not motivating you to feel any sort of passion or feelings. It's like a numbness. I would say you're feeling quite numb. Look at this card. Abandoned, maybe even, by somebody or something. And that might well be the reality. Maybe you have literally had somebody leave life and it's made you feel very alone and very defensive. Maybe June, be careful with your words. Be careful with how you express yourself to others. You're not an island, Libra. We all need those essential things, don't we? In order to feel whole. Okay, chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So I don't think that's about love, even though these are romance angels. I think this is this needing to have a connection with this person that you feel isn't showing up for you or isn't present. And if that's because you don't have love in your life and you just feel quite alone, then, gosh, can you see how the light's now coming onto these, my blinds? Let's see if we can't do this. Is that making it worse? It's a bit better, you can see now. Yeah, lack of chemistry, lack of attraction, lack of feeling comforted, loved, supported, all of these emotions. The message for you in June is that if those things are absent in your life, you need to start rethinking how you communicate, how you connect. We have to take responsibility sometimes, don't we, for these things in our lives. Codependency, yeah. There are certain traumas and experiences that we all go through in our life, and this can be like our connections, you know, our relationship with our siblings, our family, are the first kind of examples of where we develop how we see love, or how we see friendship, or how we view ourselves. And if our view of ourselves is very a low opinion of ourselves, or a feeling of not being deserving, we can create these codependent relationships, addictive, toxic relationships. And this has really been affected how you connect with others. In June, it's like there's some work needing to be done, some self-reflection. How do I form relationships? What does that look like? And then we have this reconciliation card. Someone from your past is returning to your life. And this can sometimes be this simple idea that we're kind of duplicating patterns in our life over and over and over and over without understanding what our role is within that. You know, are there things that we are doing? The universe is giving you this message with this Page of Wands in reverse at the back of the deck. This is work you need to do. This is action you need to take. This is responsibility you need to be aware of. Pay attention to the red flags. Are you in a codependent relationship? Have you just come out of a codependent relationship? The chances are, if you are somebody that is codependent, or you're attracting codependent people, you know, there are red flags all around, and sometimes we don't see them. And then we come out of something and we want to blame. But before we blame, we really do need to just take a really good look at, maybe we've accepted the scraps from someone's table because we thought we weren't good enough, so we've attracted somebody that's not prepared to invest. That can be really upsetting, can't it? Because in the middle of all this sort of codependency and then I've got the card, you deserve love. You know, if we're saying to the universe, I don't love myself, I don't deserve love, I'm not putting out the right vibes, then we are attracting those people that align with us, and they're likely to be people that are avoidant, or are people that do not have the capacity to give. And that causes pain and distrust and insecurities. You are lovable though. This is the card I really want to focus on. I don't want to focus on all that negativity. I'm highlighting it because they want you to know it. But it's like your angels want you to know you are deserving of love. You're a beautiful soul. There's nobody else like you. Just because somebody has maybe spent a lot of time telling you you're not this or you're not that, and you've played into that self-fulfilling prophecy and become what you think is your truth, it's time to go back to the drawing board, and it's time to say, I am deserving of love. You know, I'm in this world and I'm living this life and I'm doing my best. I'm trying. If you're attracting these relationships over and over again where there's these red flags and signs that caution you and you are ignoring it, then it's time to have faith, and it's time to believe in yourself. It says worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. This divine timing feels like it's based around some healing work that you need to do. In June, you need to identify what is missing, but don't focus on that as being that's your fault. That's your cause. You know, understand yourself better without blaming. That's what they're trying to say. Understand yourself without blaming, Libra. Because I think you're very good at telling yourself that you're not good at this, or you're not worthy of that, or you're not deserving. You are deserving. You must have faith. The angels of faith have now come into this reading. You really can perform miracles when you see it. But look, if you can't see it, then how can you believe in your own faith? You then have this card of stillness. Here is where you'll find your inner truth and potential. Maybe you need to do some meditation, or you need to seek some support. You know, maybe some of us are suffering from stuff that's happened in our past and we're not dealing with it. And we need some extra support, maybe even some counselling, perhaps, to try and sort of piece together what's really going on in our lives. You then have this angel that says live every second of every minute of every hour and you'll be happy. So it's living in the moment and accepting who we are, isn't it, I guess? And they're showing me this image of you needing to sit in front of this really big mirror and really taking a good look and listen to what comes into your head when you do that. How does that make you feel? How do you feel about looking at yourself that closely and your behaviours and your past relationships and how you live your life? June is going to be a month of self-discovery, my lovely Librans. And they're saying it's time to be kinder to yourself and pay attention to the red flags. They might be your own red flags. They might not be from somebody else. They might be what you're cultivating within yourself. So I think it's all about honesty. Be honest, live in the moment, take time to reflect, but ultimately have faith. Welcome Scorpio, welcome to this monthly reading. In today's reading, Scorpio, I am going to pull you 3 cards from the Modern Witch deck. And then I'm going to pull some Romance Angel cards. And then we're going to finish up with some Angel Action cards. I'm going to pop my little angel, pop my angel back up because he or she fell down during the last reading. Difficult reading actually, some of what I've given today. It's like I don't sugarcoat my messages. I just want you to know that as an audience. But at the same time, I'm somebody that really does believe in kindness, compassion for others and for yourself. So any messages I get from angels and from spirit along the way definitely fall into that category. Okay, Scorpio, whoa. There you are. There you are, death card. Yeah, my Scorpios showing up in their true colours straight off the bat. Of course you are. If there was ever a sign that knew themselves, it's you, Scorpio. Okay. If ever there was a sign that was capable of introspection, it was you, Scorpio. Okay. It's really tricky because I'm turning these cards around so you can see them, but I'm reading the reverses based on what's showing me. Okay, so Scorpio, 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 my beautiful Scorps. Back of the deck, the Sun card, card of Leo. The sun is coming out tomorrow. Gotta hang on till tomorrow. Yes, the sun is coming out, card of Leo. And that's so good to know, isn't it? Well, we are talking about June. We are kind of coming into the summer months. And it makes me really happy to get the energy of these cards for you, Scorpio, because I know your journey. I feel your pain. I know the dark. I know the light. I'm a Scorpio myself. So I feel it. And it's so hilarious that this one launched itself out straight away. This is your card. This is you, Scorpio, riding in on your Pegasus. And this is saying in the month of June, you are present. You know where you've been and you know where you're going. You are the king or queen of transformation. We know that, right? We get told that every time. But then if we really look at ourselves and look at who we are in life, that is exactly who we are. We are very much the phoenix from the ashes. And we do these cycles, don't we? Where we come out beautiful, gleaming, expressive. And then we dive and then we self-combust into a big dramatic fire, and then we start the whole cycle again. So here we are. So what energy can I say? Well, right, so we have this Nine of Swords. So this is air energy. This is our capacity to have this inner thought process, and we are champions of that. We're worrying about something, or something is happening in June that's got us questioning ourselves. But this isn't a bad thing. This is questioning ourselves in a good way. This is us examining what's going on and us understanding that we essentially have the power. We are coming into a really strong place in our life where we're starting to find all the answers to our questions. With that comes the light and the shade though, right? So we have our moments of madness, of worry, concern, overthinking, stressing, but then you know what? That makes us who we are, and we understand the journey better than most. And in June, it's like something's closing up. Next to it, we have this Eight of Cups. This is your own water energy. And it's like you are walking away from the past. You are examining it and saying, yeah, that's okay. I understood it. I'm on this journey. I'm walking away, the Eight of Cups. I'm then going on to the Nine, and I'm then coming back into my power. So this month, it feels like you understand that something has to be over in order to bring in the new, and to go back to this childlike sense of excitement. Maybe you're going to be going out more in June, having fun, sharing times with friends, understanding that just because something is unknown to us, worrying about it and stressing about it doesn't change it. You know, we choose the energy that we take. So some of you may get stuck in this Nine of Swords in June and be overthinking things, worrying, stressing. And then the flip side of that will be, yeah, you know what, I am accountable for all this stuff. I can examine it. I can have thought process about it. But ultimately, it's for this beautiful outcome where I transform as a result of all of this stuff. We've had some heartache in our past. We've had this mistrust. We've felt that people have potentially let us down or not come, you know, not shown up for us with an open heart. So we know ourselves, our self-esteem is in such a place where we say, well, that's okay, but you know what, that's not for me. I did a post recently on my Instagram and it was ta-la, which kind of means goodbye. See you later. Adios. I've understood that this wasn't good for me. I've understood that I don't need to stay stuck in this, and I'm off. I'm ready to move forward, and I'm heading towards my sun. Good feeling about June for you, Scorpio. A good feeling, good vibes. It's like we're walking towards our successes in a big way this month. You deserve love. Hell yes, you deserve love, Scorpio. You are lovable. You're shooting your arrow. So walking away from one thing means, was it a window shuts and another door opens, or the other way around? Something has come along, something new, something exciting. Getting to know each other, someone new. New environments, new experiences, new people. Kind of a new relationship with ourselves. Something feels good for you. Something feels like you're in your own power. The fact that your own card leaked out in the beginning kind of set the tone, really. And these cards are just launching themselves all over, making me have to go and pick them up. Release your ex. That's your Eight of Cups, walking away from an ex. Letting go any energetic tie with them. Ta-la, as I said earlier. Off you go. The time has come to clear your energy, Scorpio. Indeedy. And in with that, we have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Perhaps you've been worrying about your parents, and that's taken up quite a lot of your time and capacity and had a bit of a knock-on effect with your own personal life. You know, any spiritual person will tell you the more you can forgive your parents, your siblings, your peers, your relationships, your failures or your perceived failures, things that are in the past, the more you can let go and forgive, just gives us more capacity for the new. Sort of makes sense when you think about it, but it's surprising how we will try to hang on. Right, there's loads of cards here for you. It tells me that maybe there's a lot of love coming in. So there's new chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Somebody has stirred your emotions. Somebody has come into the focus. Okay, I'm not going to take all those cards because there's too many. Just want to give a little message to some. Be careful of this codependency. It came up in one of the other readings I did. Might want to check your sun, moon and rising, because there might be messages in there for you as well. You know, if there's been a tendency and you've identified that sometimes there's been codependency within your setup, within your life, then it's time to... Oh, sorry, I'm just altering the light. That's made it worse. I think that's better. Okay. So yeah, be careful of this codependency, you know, even if you don't identify with codependency and don't know too much about what it is, it's basically this idea that within your own makeup of your self-esteem and your idea of what you deserve or who you are, or, you know, can sometimes mean that you identify with, you can be blocked in some way, sorry, and it means that you are accepting less than. Because you feel like you don't deserve happiness or don't deserve love or don't deserve those things. Sometimes you attract people then that can't give that to you or don't want to give that to you. And it's funny how you had that you deserve love card. Some of you will identify with that and know straight away that you've had codependency cycles in your life. I mean, I definitely know that I have. But, you know, through a lot of self-work and a lot of transformation, I have identified stuff and worked on it over the years. And, you know, these cycles are changing about how I feel about myself and about others. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and they are worth exploring. I'm definitely feeling you understanding yourself better, Scorpio, in the month of June. Perhaps you're going to have a few relationships or you're going to start a new relationship, and it's kind of like, yeah, it's all part of the lesson. You're going to identify things and work out what's good for you and what's not. And that's pretty good. That's pretty good going. Can we have an angel card for my Scorpios? What can we tell them? What do they need to focus on? What do they need to be aware of? Feels like there's going to be a lot of surprises in June, Scorpio. So we talked about forgiveness. Forgive everyone included. There was a little bit of this with your family issues. Time to forgive the past. That message really is, I feel, for you. Time to forgive and let go of the past. And make sure you're getting plenty of sleep, looking after yourself, making sure your mental health and your balance, your well-being is where it should be. Because I feel like there's going to be a lot going on in June, Scorpio. So you're going to just need to make sure that you take care of yourself and get the right sleep. Of course, this could mean also passion, that you're not going to have as much sleep because lots of other things are going to be going on. And it's just saying take care, but have fun in the month of June, my Scorpio. Sagittarius, welcome to your month of June. What are the cards wishing to tell you, this just happened to Scorpio. So the first card that sort of jumped out is the Temperance card. This is your card of Sagittarius. So like Scorpio, June is going to be a very fiery, exciting month by the looks of it, Sagittarius. So that's you, showing up for you. Which is always really great when you do reading within the astrology groups. So I am pulling 3 of these cards from my Modern Witch deck for you today for the month, and then I'm going to pull you some romance cards to see where love's at, see what it's telling us, what it's highlighting, and then an angel action card, which is just going to give you a bit of guidance for the month. You know, we all need a bit of guidance. So you have Temperance, healing, kind of putting yourself back together, Sag, I feel this is. You have this 10 of Swords next to you, but within this deck there's 2 lots of 10 of Swords, and this one says everything is fine. And it feels like everything is fine. Things are coming into like a natural balance this month of June for you, Sag. You know, you are ruled by the planet Jupiter, so you're quite a lucky sign, and perhaps you haven't felt that luck's been on your side for the last couple of months. Maybe things have been a little stagnant, a little bit upside down, especially at home. I'm getting this feeling that home life, or your home, physically your home, has been a bit of a mess, or it's been upside down, or it's been difficult. And perhaps it's caused you a lot of stress, you know, a lot of imbalances within the family. Maybe it's caused a lot of arguments. Maybe people are just getting on each other's nerves, that sort of energy. But you're coming out of that in June. It feels like you're coming out of that. It feels like better times ahead. This black sky is like clearing, and we're going to see this more lighter idea with this sun in the background. And these are like cups energy, our emotions. So when we are in harmony with our loved ones and with ourselves, we feel lighter. We feel like there's growth. We feel more open to new experiences, change, and yeah, all of the above, I suppose. But previously, leading up to this, there's been a little bit of drama. Maybe we've told ourselves things were worse than they actually were. And in June, we're just saying, you know what, it's not that bad. It really isn't. And home life is still trying to find its stability, but it's in sight. You know, we know ultimately that this could just be material stuff. Perhaps there's stuff going on physically, you're having work done, or maybe there's been other energies within the home that have made it difficult. You know, maybe your partner's been difficult to live with. Maybe you've been difficult to live with. Perhaps you've been kind of like having silly little fallings out that you wouldn't normally have about nothing in specific. But I think you're coming out of that. I think the month of June is kind of the start. July, it feels like it will be more so. And we really will start to see that sunshine come out, quite literally. But at the moment, we're sort of like, it's lightening up. The load is lightening, and we're seeing our way out. Okay, pay attention to the red flags. Pay attention if you're causing dramas that aren't as big as you think they are. Or be aware if there's somebody else that you live with or you're close to that's really displaying signs of stress or not coping. And perhaps you've been so self-absorbed in your own scenario that you have missed it. You've missed it completely. You then have the card of honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Well, we're just coming into a bank holiday, aren't we? So maybe there's going to be a bit more onus on family time or with specific friends or people that you love. And is saying, you know, loosen up a bit, kick back, enjoy. When you're on holiday, holiday's all about forgetting the day-to-day, forgetting all the other responsibilities and relaxing, doing things you love, taking time out to have like this idea of quality time with each other. And that is really what June wants you to do, Sag. I want you to take a foot off the gas maybe a little. Maybe you're going to go on a literal holiday. Perhaps you've been counting down the days. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gestures. Yeah, make a bit of time to do the things you love with the people you love. Maybe there's somebody around you, like I said earlier, that just needs a bit of attention. Needs you to put that beautiful Sagittarius energy and shine that light on them. Because that's what you do, Sag. You're one of these people that you light up a room. You make things better. You probably don't realise that, but that's how people tend to see you. Okay. The card of healing family issues jumped out. So yeah, I feel like there's been, we talked about this in the home. Perhaps it's literally because you're just not made time for each other, or when you are together, it's like getting under each other's feet. That type of feeling. Okay. Let friends help you out. Now that makes sense. Let your friends help you out. Discuss how you feel with the people close to you, your tribe, your community, your people. The people that you can just talk utter crap to and they go, yeah, that's okay. I understand, I got you. I got your back. Ask for support. I'll tell you another thing as well, I think, for a lot of you listening, you don't do well in asking others for help. You're normally the person that provides the help. And the last few months, you've got a little bit sick and tired of being that person. You don't want to be that person. Okay, so you've got reconciliation. Oh, gosh, I keep knocking my angel over. You've got reconciliation. I don't think this is reconciliation of an old relationship, although for some of you, somebody might be coming back from the past. Not one of my favourite topics, but this is about you, not me. Not me. But this reconciliation for you, Sag, feels like just getting back to where you were, you know? Just taking things back to baseline. Going back to the start. Remembering you're in this because of X, Y, and Z. Or... Sorry, that was my phone. Should be on silent, really. Yeah, it's kind of like getting back to where you were and having those successes in where you were. And that's something that is going to be really important for you in June, Sagittarius. Sounds positive though. Sounds like getting back on track, feeling the good vibes. This upbeat feeling. Okay. And as if I couldn't make it out, the angels are giving you the card, the angel of home life. Equilibrium. Peace. You might watch this and say, well, that's not my home life right now. You know, this is not peaceful right now. This is not a nice home life. Well, maybe not. But watch out the next month. Things are going to start to change and things are going to start to evolve and move forward in some way. And we're going to get this comforting, safe stability that home gives us is going to come back into resonate with us again. It's going to return to that place that we shut the door and we feel comfortable and happy again. Have a great month, Sagittarius. Hi Capricorn, welcome to your June reading. So in this reading today, I am going to be pulling 3 tarot cards from my Modern Witch deck, just to give us little bit of information about what's coming up for the month of June. Well, we're in the month of June now, but you know what I mean. So I'm also going to be pulling you some romance angel cards just to see where love is right now, or not, maybe is the case, maybe. And then we're going to pull an angel action card just to give us like a little bit of a heads up for what we might need for this coming month. Okay, so, 5 of Pentacles, Death card, card of Scorpio. Good, exciting, I like it. 5 of Pentacles sometimes is not the best card a person can get, but how I'm seeing it for you, Capricorn, is actually pretty good. I'm pretty positive and I like it, okay, and that's the main thing. Okay, so we have the Tower card on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it scares a lot of people, that card. I actually really like this card myself, but I'm a Scorpio and this is a Scorpionic card. You've also got the Death card, which is heavily Scorpio. So maybe you're being influenced by a Scorpio, or maybe you are just embodying that Scorpio energy of transformation, change, moving things forward, taking risks, you know, all of the above. But this Tower card, you know, for me, it's quite exciting for you, Capricorn, because it feels like you needed to switch it up. You needed the fire to be lit under your bottom. Probably never going to hear a reader ever say it like that, but I think you'll know what I mean. Okay, so your first card, this 5 of Pentacles. This is like not really knowing what direction to go in, but whatever direction you do go in, is this feeling of everything's sort of like desolate. What do I do next? How do I do it? But why do I do it? I don't even know what to do. You know, this energy. These two people are kind of like out in the cold. They're wandering around. Probably can't see the light. Probably don't know where they're going. And yeah, you know, we kind of make this association with they've got their backs turned to the light. And this light is potentially a new idea or the way forward or something exciting. But, you know, these two people can't see it. Now, I actually don't feel that is how June's going for you. I think that's something you've been in the energy of for probably longer than you'd like to admit. And with this Death card next to it of Scorpio, it's like the universe is saying, right, we are going to kill off this energy. We're going to close the door on this energy. And we're going to make these lights bigger and brighter and stronger. And you are going to be going through this time in June where you start walking towards the light. Or riding towards the light on Pegasus, maybe. And, you know, these might be baby steps. Or they might be huge steps that you're making. But you're giving way for something new. Something exciting. Something that potentially has this idea of hope and gain. You know, it's like you're going towards something because you think that you're going to gain from it. And when I say gain, I don't necessarily mean financially. I could mean like just this really sense of accomplishment, sense of expressing yourself in a different way. And yeah, like maybe doing things that are a little bit frightening at times. You know, this skeleton, this death frightens some people. Some people are frightened of death. Some people understand the depths of death. Scorpio energy definitely does. So they are just as comfortable in their dark side as they are in their light. And they are really one of the only signs that is capable of that. But it's like you've embodied this energy. Perhaps there's been events that have gone on and you visualize them and you've decided, you know what, I can only do this. I'm the only one that can do this, so I'm going to do it. This Page of Wands is almost like a younger energy, but that could be a younger person in the fire energy that's motivating you or is inspiring you in some way. So that could be somebody who's an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But it could just mean something new has sparked your interest. And something new has decided, oh, we're going to do this now. I'm going to turn my back on this empty, dry, intolerable backdrop of blandness, and I'm going to go towards my wand, which is like all these shoots of growth are coming off for this girl. You might be in this energy yourself. Now you could be male or female, but it's like she says, right, nothing was growing in this desert, but you know what? I am holding this wand. I am responsible for this wand, and I am gonna flourish. I am gonna be exciting, and I'm gonna do something very new, and I am gonna transform. Sorry, I'm putting them that way so you can see the way they came out, but I was just reading them. So it's like you are definitely giving birth to some new ideas, some new experiences, and you know, underlying beneath it all is this idea of this transformation. Scorpio sits in the 8th house, and I often talk about it because it's really important. It is ruled by the planet Pluto, and the planet Pluto is this primal energy. So this is why it's linked to this. And primal, this is this idea that it's like innate, and it's like reactive, and it's like it keeps moving. It keeps evolving, and this is really asking that you evolve at this time. Perhaps you, I don't know, they're drawing my attention to 5. As I always say, 5s can be challenges and difficulties and that sort of thing, but I'm bringing that to your attention for something different. Perhaps this is something you have needed to do in the last 5 years and you haven't. I don't know what that is. It's going to be different for some of you. Or maybe something in the month of June is going to change that has some significance to something that was 5 years ago for you. Exciting. And as I said, yeah, with the tarot card as the underlying energy, let's rebuild. You know, some of the most amazing, let's look at architecture for a reason then, because we're looking at this as a building. There are some beautiful, wonderful, amazing pieces of architecture, and at some point they were just an idea in someone's head before they became a reality. And it took for them to be built right from like the first brick in order to make it, you know, the beautiful creation that it then became. And this is like a side note for you, Capricorn, saying, you know what? If you don't start this, I will make sure you start this. I will burn that building down so that you have to rebuild. So maybe also June could be a time of choices. Maybe there'll be some event or something that happens really quickly, fast moving energy. It might seem quite dramatic, but it's going to have this most amazingly wonderful outcome. I'm feeling that for you too, Scorps. Oh, Scorps. It's because I'm reading a Scorpio card. Capricorn. So Capricorn, what can we tell you about love? The angels just said you need to love yourself a bit more, Capricorn. Not sure you've been doing that as much as you could have been. And maybe this is why. Children. So quite a lot of your, they're saying life. Not, you know, I'm only reading for this month, but this, for somebody, this will resonate that quite a lot of you have, I don't want to say made this an excuse because that doesn't sound right. And I won't be thanked for that. But this is what they're showing me. Let me see if I can articulate better what they're trying to channel. Okay, so perhaps this has been at the fore of your mind for a long time. 2 children in that, but you could have 5, 1, 0, you know, whatever this resonates for you. And these children have been a really safe place to hide in terms of, but they're my priority. I have to do this and I have to do that because of my children, because of my family and whatever else. But yes, you do, and I respect that. Of course, that's your nurturing nature to do that anyway. But it's saying, yeah, you know, you don't have to love them less to make yourself a priority in some area of your life. Okay, I think I redeemed myself. Did I redeem myself? I don't know. Let your friends help you. Guidance. Illumination. Perhaps you need, you know, to just speak with friends, meet like-minded people. Maybe it's that they're interested in the same sorts of things as you. Maybe there's new love on the horizon. Maybe they have children and maybe they start off as a friend and then become a romantic fixture. Okay, romance angels, what else can we tell Capricorn today? Doesn't want to come out. So I feel like maybe you have been rationing love recently. Don't ration your love. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it can come to you now. So whatever this is for you, these changes that I was talking about, this isn't romance, I don't think. Although, you know, some of you could be meeting somebody new. But I think on the whole, this is something else. This is some sort of desire though. Might not be a romantic desire, but it just might be something that's growing within. Okay, can we have one more romance angel, please? And then I'm going to pull an action card. Okay. Honeymoon. And do you know what? Underneath it, even though I didn't come out, underneath it was wedding. Wedding and honeymoon for somebody. Somebody getting married. Maybe you're getting married. Maybe you've just got married and you're about to go on honeymoon. If so, in June, have a beautiful time. Maybe it's why it was bringing up children, because maybe, you know, you're leaving the children at home with grandparents and going on the honeymoon. You're worrying about that. It's saying go and enjoy it and love each other and, you know, come back and it'll all be there waiting for you. For some, it's like this idea of a contract. Whether in relationships or not, you know, essentially wedding is making a commitment to something. It's making a commitment, and then the honeymoon is like the enjoyment of the commitment. So maybe this is talking about that desire again. Maybe it's something that you're doing, that you're committing to, and then once you fully commit and you realize what you need to do, then you can just relax and enjoy the process. Okay. Angel cards, can we have an angel action card to close out our reading for Capricorn today for the month of June? Dear angels, what would you like my lovely Capricorns to know? Integrity. Make this word an integral part of you. So it wants you to move and work within a place of integrity for this month. And that's doing what's right within your gut. You know, making choices that you know align with who you are. Not trying to be somebody else or make decisions for somebody else. You know, this is all focused on you this month, Capricorn. Be bold and have a fun time. Welcome Aquarius, welcome to your June reading. So let's get on with the reading. So I'm going to pull you 3 cards from my Everyday Witch deck. Very colourful and very lovely. We like this deck. And yeah, we're going to pull 3 cards. Then we're going to take a look at love, maybe the love aspect with our romance angel cards. And then we're going to finish up with an action card. So the angels are going to give you some bit of a heads up in what might be something to think about for the month of June. Okay, first card, 10 of Cups. Whoop, whoop. Yes, well, it's one of the most positives. Oh my goodness, one of the most positives of all of the astrology today, Aquarius. Oh, so here's looking at you, kid. So, you have the Lovers card of Gemini, and next to it you have the Ace of Pentacles. Great card, beautiful card. And then we have our 10 of Cups. Yeah, this feels like coming out of something. Feels pretty good. Okay, sorry. So at the bottom of the deck, 9 of Pentacles. It's usually kind of Virgo energy for me, this card. But Pentacles are essentially Earth. So Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. This is this card of independently powerful person. An independently powerful person, sorry. Somebody who understands what is needed in order to create, to be abundant in their life. And they're pretty attractive character as well, or they know that other people are attracted to them. Is that you, Aquarius? Well, it could well be. I'm sure it is. With the cards that are coming out, it wouldn't surprise me. We've got a bit of a light situation going on here again, which I'm not happy about. So let me see if I can try. Sorry guys, you can see this is not exactly as I would like it to look. Are we going to try and do that? Has that worked? No, no, no. Oh dearie me. This is the situation, isn't it? My blinds have all got twisted now. Annoying. My lamp's going for a burn. Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Aquarius. Just had some sort of like blind incident. Perhaps you've been blind to something recently. Maybe that's what it's trying to tell us. Maybe you have not been seeing things for what they really are. But you know what? We're going to clear that up today. We're going to clear that up and let you know that this coming month, you've got a 10 of Cups. Water energy, fulfillment. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is kind of, you know, after a long period of time, because 10s are about closing up a cycle. After a long period of time, your cups are being filled once more. Your rainbow is coming back into sight and things are just balanced. You know, your home life's getting better. And it's, I don't know, I think you're going to be going out more in June, enjoying yourself in the sunshine, getting lots of vitamin D. And it's like you're being shined upon this month. This is a gift from the universe, this great big shining light. Could be like a sun. I have just mentioned the sun. But ultimately, these pentacles are kind of a gift in some way that could be could materialize rather in 3D. So this could be you coming into some money. It could be you investing into yourself or into something that makes your home life better. You could be invested in someone that brings you happiness, and together you could be more financially stable. This could be a new home, new life, but it's like breathing in this fresh air into some area that you could multiply in some way. Gosh, my words are getting very twisted on my words today, Aquarius. Yeah, so I feel like there's been a little while. Took a little while coming. And this gift felt like it was never coming. It's been gifted to you. So it's going to be like some sort of surprise, some sort of wonderful abundance that then makes home life seem better, more stable, happier. It's like being successful, being present in the moment, living your life again. Because it feels like with your Lovers in reverse, this is card of Gemini, that for ages you felt like at this crossroads and stuck, and now that's in reverse. So it's like there's movement. We're moving towards a more healthier place in our life, in our family life, in our work life, in how we perceive our existence as a whole, basically. Because how we perceive our existence is, you know, if the things in our life nurture us and they give rather than take away. And I feel like in the past, the Lovers card is kind of the counterpart of the Devil. In the Devil card, there's two people in chains and in bondage. And the Lovers card is very similar. But for me as a tarot reader, it can be decision making, making changes, crossroads. But you know what, in reverse, it can mean that perhaps as a result of feeling stuck and not knowing, you know, do I move forward? Do I stay where I am? What do I do? It's like this energy. You're coming out of that in June. Feels like you're becoming more empowered, gaining more confidence. You're able to sort of like weigh things up better as well. So you're able to look at things with a fresh pair of eyes and see them for what they really are, rather than looking through these rose-tinted glasses. And because you had this Nine of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, this person's quite savvy, they're quite astute, they see through things, you know, they very realistic, they can produce the goods, this person. And you know, that's very much who you are, Aquarius. You are somebody that does pretty much produce the goods. You're very logical, you're very, you know, this earth-based energy. Even though you're an air sign, as an Aquarius, I think you are quite a grounded person or a grounded sign. And you're able to just sort of like steer yourself back on track. You know, it might have took you a bit longer than you thought, but you are definitely getting back on track. Really positive set of cards, Aquarius. And yeah, I think you've needed it. I think you really needed it. It says, let your friends help you. You've needed support. To come out of this energy with this Lovers in reverse, you've needed love, you've needed support, you've needed your family, the people around you that cheerlead you. And next is this heart-to-heart conversation. It's time to have that chat. But it's okay, because you've been building up to this. You're coming out of this crossroads. You know this. You're aware of this. Maybe you're watching this and you've just had this heart-to-heart chat with the person that you will know this is regarding. Very positive. No good in ignoring things, because the more we ignore things, they just build. And you're coming out of this very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. You're coming out of this, Aquarius, whatever this was, whatever this difficult time was, there's going to be movement. Something's going to just start, and then it's going to like start moving quite rapidly. And before you know it, you're going to be moving towards new things, resolution, a different world, maybe a different place. Okay, what angel card can we give? There's too many there for me to take. Although I did see the card of friendship there, and you've had that again. So maybe you're forming new bonds with somebody that's been supporting you through this. Perhaps this is a new bond, and it's like, you know what? This person's been there for me. We all need those people, don't we? Okay. Adventure. Yes, adventure, movement. I talked about this, didn't I? Adventure isn't about danger, it's about being open to change. I'm going to leave you on that, Aquarius, because I think there's so much adventure coming to you in the month of June. I think you are shaking off all these old, codependent, toxic feelings and emotions and people, and you're moving forward into this positive era. Take care, Aquarius. Hi Pisces, welcome to your June reading. So in the reading today, I am going to be pulling you 3 cards from the modern day, my modern day witch deck, and then we're going to be looking at some romance angels, and we're going to finish off with an angel action card or some sort of angelic message, so that we can really have an idea of what we need to bear in mind for the month of June. So Pisces, how you been? How's things? What's been going on for you? Have you been busy? Are you been getting ready for the summer? Sorting lots of things out, you know, the kids are about to go on school holidays coming at the end of this month, so we're kind of all getting ready for all these different changes, aren't we? Right, so rather than shuffle, I'm going to do it a little bit different for Pisces. I'm just laying them all out and then I'm going to randomly pick you 3 cards. So, your first card, 9 of Swords. Been a real collective energy for that 9 of Swords. That's come out in several readings. I'm really noticing some of the messages today. This week there's been a big thing on forgiveness, actually, this month, sorry, across all the 12 signs. Forgiveness, and another one is like being helped by people, and, you know, being open to our friendships and needing our friends, needing that downtime where we go out separately with those certain people in our lives. So maybe that's a message for you, Pisces. Okay, so back of the deck. 5 of Cups. Are you crying over spilt milk, Pisces? What are you looking back on and dwelling on that perhaps you shouldn't be doing? Instead, you should be looking to these 2 beautiful, emotional, upright cups instead of focusing on these spilt ones. And this bridge behind, I'm seeing that somebody needs to bridge the gap. This could be in having a conversation with somebody or helping somebody else get to where they need to go. Maybe you need to do that. Maybe there's somebody in your family or in your life that needs you to start bridging the gap instead of creating the gap. Okay, there's a message for somebody out there. So let's crack on with your reading then, Pisces. So your first card here that I'm looking at is your 9 of Swords. This card, air energy, so Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, feels like you're concentrating, thinking, or maybe having conversations about the wrong things. Not focusing on what's important. Having conversations with loved ones or people that just are not helping. Or are not, what's the saying? They're part of the problem, not part of the solution. And it feels like you're completely oblivious about it with this 5 of Cups. The 2 kind of working together. If I read them together, it's like, this is kind of about you, but it's maybe sometimes your words are causing pain to somebody else and you're just completely oblivious to it, Pisces. You are a water sign, so, you know, like myself, I'm a water sign, so you've got very deep emotions and you do care and you're very loving. You have this capacity to love, but you also have this capacity to sometimes over communicate when what is needed is love. So I feel like because you've got 2 lots of sword card, see this card as well, I mean it's in reverse this one, but this Six of Swords is more air energy. It feels like you need to get back to more of your water energy, which is essentially who you are. You need to go back to this loving, compassionate, kind self that is deep within you. And sometimes you're really able to show that for others in other environments, but perhaps not in where is important right now. So maybe that's at home or in a relationship, that yet you're able to communicate outside of that. Okay, so then I've got the Six of Swords in reverse. You're wanting to move forward in some area of your life, but some thought process or the way you communicate holds you back. It's stopping you. It's like there's a lot of water. I just spoke about this body of water and you being a water sign. There's all of this water behind these two people. It's like in the upright, they're moving away from this kind of turbulence. But in the reverse, it's like you are, dare I say it, enjoying the tumultuous rapidity, like, I'm not saying that right, this turmoil, this tumultuous water, you know, this is quite powerful water and it's stressful and it's, people are worried about it and it causes conflict and it, all of those things. And it's like you are managing to just stay in the middle of all of that somehow. And it's causing potential conflict. You know, put the stick down. Stop hitting people with the stick because you need to communicate this in some way. That sounds like I'm being really harsh. I'm sorry, Pisces. Because perhaps, you know, that you would want to flip the script and perhaps this is somebody doing this to you. However it resonates. It might be that you're having sleepless nights because somebody's words are not so kind or they're not thoughtful or they're just repetitive. And you feel like you're stuck in this storm, which is what I was trying to say, which I didn't say very well earlier. This body of water that is turning into this like big storm. And potentially you actually would really like to get to calmer waters, like just naturally. You feel like maybe if this isn't you creating it, you feel like you're being dragged into conflict constantly. Or perhaps you're oblivious that, you know, every day is turning into a bit of a conflict and you're completely oblivious to the fact that it's of your own doing and you're the main cause of it. So really for June, I want to say if you're on the end of somebody in the energy of these cards, then take yourself away from it, would be my advice. If you've spoken to them and there's still this conflict, then just take yourself away from the scenario. You know, to a healthy extent so that you can go and still, you know, be able to get through your day or without these constant battles. Okay, if this is you doing this, I'd say this is a wake-up call. You're probably not even realising it. I'm just being me. I'm just doing me. Well, yeah, that's great. But like I said earlier, fives, you know, sometimes they are difficulties, but sometimes some people like causing difficulties. Some people, you know, are the problem and don't even realise it. And then they just keep being the problem and they're not learning anything. So if you're aware of this and you are creating it and it's in your home life, maybe it's time for you to change and to become that bridge that I spoke of earlier that needs to, you know, light the way for others to come together rather than separating it. bridges link land to other land, don't they? They bring them together. You need to become that bridge more, or you take responsibility for that in some way. If this is somebody that just constantly is, in the month of June, pops up, this could be somebody, a new colleague, a new work, or a new relationship, and you're finding that this is an instant battle. Then it's about understanding who each other are and your traits, and if something doesn't work for you, like I said, take yourself out of the equation or speak to them about it. But if somebody isn't willing to change and just wants to keep looking at this spilt milk scenario, victim mode, then you know what, you can't change that. But you can do right by you, and you can communicate in the right way. Perhaps it's going to be a real eye-opener for some of you this month, Pisces. You're going to be understanding yourself a bit better, I feel. Okay, so we have separation. Sorry, those cards fell out, but they weren't the cards that I pulled. Separation. Well, unfortunately, that does sit in line with what I've just been speaking about, doesn't it? That separation could be different levels of separation. That might just mean that you've left somewhere because you can't deal with this energy anymore. Or it could mean that you've identified something is unhealthy and you're going to speak up about it. And, you're also going to identify what's not healthy for you. So maybe you're going to spend less time around this person or this environment. Oh. Healing family issues. Yeah, this has come up in so many readings. I think this is a real collective message out there, guys. There's this real sense of family and how it affects us and how it shapes us. And it's something that's going to be coming out in a lot of our lives in this month of June. Some things need repairing and some things need identifying. Okay, oh, all my cards are all mixed up in the wrong way around. Okay. Oh. Yeah, so somebody out there is pretty confused, I'd say. Oh. Okay, and then we have this reconciliation card that fired across the table. Very fiery energy, which I've been talking about. It's very interesting how there's separation and there's reconciliation. Maybe this is kind of showing us that it's something that can be worked out. It's something we can work on. It's something we can change about ourselves or about our situations or about others. And maybe this scenario is a past life relationship. Maybe this is a karmic relationship, and there's some big lessons in there for you to learn about how you let people treat you. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So for some, you've maybe been in separation. Now you're about to reconciliate with this ex or this partner. And the romantic feelings are about to return. Take that, how that resonates, because for some of you, you won't necessarily be a fan of that. But for some of you, you will have had some difficult conversations with somebody you love. Maybe it broke down in the past and you're able to fix it and work it out. Okay, Pisces. You just can't make this stuff up, can you? The angel is asking you, this is the angel Dulcet. Today be soft and yield to the wind. Softer tones, kinder tones, how we speak to people, how we treat people. Awareness of ourselves, awareness of, what we need as much as what we do not. So my darling water signs Pisces, let's be tender and dulcet for the month of June.